The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. Monday Night Raw is officially on deck. It's your guy, Jav here, alongside Sincere the Rap Snob, alongside Macito, alongside Deanie the Balance. We are the Rap Roundtable. We see the chat is already on fire. A lot of conversations are being had about a bevy of things. I realized it last night, in fact, that we're going to have a pretty big show considering everything that broke on Friday, using broke as a not necessarily the best word because it's, then we had the Grammys, game calling out Kendrick. It is a lot to cover in today. 21 Savage Botgate continues. Nevertheless, the Rap Roundtable is here. Shout out to the real humans. Shout out Jeremy Cole off the rip with the super chats.
Hello.
Dre 750 in the building, Zig in the building, it's Too Easy in the building. I see some names I can't pronounce. Ted Hill in the building. Shout out everybody who's already on deck, ready for Monday Night Raw. Drake got just pulled into Tiana Cardi was good. Shout out Quantum Immortality. Shout out everybody, fellas. Sincere the Rap Snob. What's the word, man?
Chilling, man. After a pretty good weekend. I mean, not for me personally. I only got one day off, but my Sunday was vainglorious. I stayed home and just ordered food, watched the Grammys, chill with the family, and anytime there's a big event on TV and you can get the family together and just, eat some food, drink some drinks, just be merry. It's always a good time, you know what I mean? And the Grammys, I think, I think it delivered for the most part. We're going to get into it, but it was a good time.
That is 100% fact. Deanie, Macita, I know y'all good as well. Quite frankly, I don't got time for the pleasantries. I don't think the chat has time for the pleasantries and how niggas' weekends was. Sim's weekend was all of our weekends. Put it like that. All right?
My shit was anyway, so it works.
It's 0 degrees in New York right now, so.
Man,
Talk
look.
about it.
It's the day after tomorrow in New York right now. You know what I mean? As soon as the air hits, you just freeze and stop. You feel me? Like, I had to run away from Mason Deanie on Friday after the studio. I'm like, I'm out, y'all. My Uber here. I'm out of here.
Uber everywhere.
Shit, man.
I've never left faster. I love all of y'all. You know what I mean? I love to shoot the shit with y'all after the pod. But
yo,
Ben never left so fast in his life.
Facts. 2 degrees is 2 degrees.
Nah,
we was out.
But look, Kendrick Lamar last night surpassed Jay-Z for all-time Grammy winners by a hip-hop artist, a rapper. You know what I mean? The Clips took home one of those Grammys, so they left with something. Although Kendrick was on that, but nevertheless, they got a Grammy for Chains and Whips as well. Good night for hip-hop. Good night to see Black people represented on stage during the tribute performance. A lot of acts we haven't seen in a while. But let's get into this Kendrick Lamar dominance, and then we'll work our way through the Grammys from there. So say the Rap Stop, I know you got the list. Let us know what Kendrick Lamar won for last night. What did he take home?
What list? Everything.
I mean, break it down. It might be a person living under a rock. So just break it down for the people. What exactly did Kendrick Lamar win last night? I know people tired of him winning all the goddamn time, but what did he win last night?
But it's
he won Rap Album of the Year for sure for DMX. He won Record of the Year, like the overall Record of the Year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which was huge. Although, according to the share, it went to Luther Vandross. But
shout out Cher.
Who it actually went to was Kendrick Lamar for the song Luther, which sampled Luther Vandross.
Right.
Got best rap melodic collaboration also for Luther with SZA. And got a couple of other ones. I can't remember the last two, but those were the big three.
Best rap song.
Best rap song for
TV Off.
For TV Off.
Lefty.
Yeah. Best rap song for TV Off. And he got one more because I know he got 5 total.
Best rap performance for the Clips. We already mentioned.
I got it here. Record of the Year, best rap album, best rap song, best melodic rap performance, and best rap performance. Chains and Whips alongside Clips. That's Clips Grammy, but Kenny gonna get a piece of that because he's a featured artist. So last night Kenny won a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Grammys.
5 piece. Yeah.
Another 5 piece. Didn't he win like 6 last year?
Yeah. That was a 5.
That was another 5.
It was another 5.
Another 5. It was 5 and 5.
And then I saw a report saying that every time his album has been nominated for best rap album, the last 4 times he has gone home with that trophy. This is truly high level dominance. I know niggas don't care about the Grammys, but this is high level dominance. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone hand him a Grammy right now.
And here's the thing. It should have been the last 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
For Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh, we know.
He got that stolen for like they robbed him on that one. So it really
wasn't that when the Grammys were so white? Remember that Twitter hashtag back in the day?
Yeah, Grammys so white. And honestly, I feel like they've been trying to make it up to him and hip hop, I guess, by extension, since they robbed Kendrick Lamar of Good Kid, Mad City and went with Macklemore instead. I think they've been trying to make it up to him. I think they've been trying to make it up to hip hop by extension. And every year that Kendrick is nominated, far and away, he's always the favorite, and he always winds up basically sweeping, at least in rap categories. The only thing that he didn't win Album of the Year, shout out to Benito, right? You know what I mean? Waving my Puerto Rican flag in the background.
And Song of the Year.
But this might sound shocking to a lot, but I think it's enough. I think he's good. That's enough Kendrick. It's enough Kendrick at the Grammys.
Right?
You know what I mean? Let somebody else.
27
Kendrick,
is a lot, right?
27 is a lot.
That's
Listen. I got some stats here. Michael Jackson only has 18.
Crazy.
Prince only had like 10 maximum. Quincy Jones has 28. Stevie Wonder has 25. He got more Grammys than Stevie.
Tupac got, son?
0.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, huh?
I think the most belongs to a dude named Stoley. I think he's in the 30s.
What?
Isn't it Beyonce? Who's the
No,
most?
I think he's like
Beyonce got Beyonce's
composers, like composer dudes, the ones that get it from composing shit.
Oh,
he has the most all time.
He had to just pass Beyonce because that was her record the year that she just won everything.
Didn't they just give her that last year saying she had?
Yeah.
She just took that. My apologies. Yeah, but he's the one that held the record all that time.
Let's talk about Beyonce.
Don't be coming on here with misinformation, Dini.
My apologies.
Beyonce has 35 Grammys total. Beyonce has 35. Who has the most Grammys?
It's Beyonce.
I think
it is Beyonce. It's 35.
Yeah, it's Beyonce.
Since Dini just come throwing the smoke bomb, throwing us off and shit. You know what I mean? We knew it was Beyonce off the rip.
George Stolti, 31 dubs. 31.
Beyonce took that last year, son. Cowboy Carter secured the championship.
I just want to give him because that's heavy. 31 dubs.
Fuck that nigga, man. This is Beyonce, nigga. It's Black History Month.
You wanted to go out of your way.
If that man ain't black,
place God did, that's crazy.
If that man ain't black, he don't need no
he's
blacks over there.
He's definitely a white dude.
Some random white dude probably look like Bill Gates.
Out of here, man.
And did he want to give him
31 Grammys random?
Shout to the silver medalist.
I mean. Rap roundtable, some random composer room probably listen to rap. Here comes Didi. Well, actually, you know what I mean?
Keeping the record straight.
You done replaced sitting at the coffee shop. All right, heard that. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here,
Pinky's up.
Salute to Beyonce. You know what I mean? Shouts to the queen.
Salute to B.
I see Moni the ageist in the chat. Picking on JID for being 35. I didn't know you had to be young to be the future. My bad, Moni. You know what I mean? My bad, Moni. I didn't know you had to be 25 to be the future. I just thought you just had to be up next. You know what I mean? Griselda was the future. They was pushing 40, nigga. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So come on now. Let the 35-year, let the Maycitos be great. You heard?
You feel me?
Back in the day,
as you were, Sim.
28.
Talk your shit. Kenny out here dominating all fields, man.
Here's what I'm gonna say. For one, I was actively rooting for the Clips this year.
Yeah.
Because honestly, again, Kendrick, you've done your thing. You have quite enough. How many mantles you got in your crib, motherfucker? Like how many Grammys can you possibly display in your household? So more. Always more. Shouts to Kobe. So I was actively rooting for the Clips with the comeback, the love the album. I think more Clips wins would have been great. It would have been great for hip hop. It would have been great for just having somebody else representing the culture at that level, at that strata. But ultimately, again, it went to Kendrick. Not that I'm mad about it, but again, it's like, all right, who else is out there? And I'm kind of conflicted about this because on the one hand, it's like the Grammys do this. They do this all the time. They pick a darling and then they just throw all the Grammys their way for the foreseeable future until they pick a new darling, right? But on the flip side, I can't say that Kendrick doesn't deserve these Grammys, considering the quality of music that he's putting out and that he's been putting out for the last 15 years. You know what I mean? They snubbed him on Good Kid, Mad City. That absolutely should have been at least one extra Grammy. So for anybody that's complaining that he has so many Grammys, he should have at least had one more, right? But I think honestly, it's a call to action for everybody else in hip hop. Like, step your game up. If y'all mad that Kendrick is winning all these Grammys, are y'all saying that he's not deserving of these Grammys? That's the question. Like, if you're, for those of you out there that are thinking, all right, like if you're thinking along the same lines as Drake, Kendrick just opened his mouth, somebody hand him a Grammy right now. Yeah. If that's how you feel,
legendary.
Are you saying that Kendrick doesn't deserve the Grammys that he's getting? Are you saying that GNX was not that great? Are you saying that TV Off was not the smash that it was? Are you saying Luther was not the jam that it was? We could go back his entire discography. Are you saying Damn didn't hit like that? Are you saying that To Pimp a Butterfly was not as brilliant as it was? So to me, obviously as a Kendrick fan, if I'm facing those questions, I'm saying, nah, he deserved every last Grammy that he got. When compared to the rest of the hip hop landscape, he's been performing at a higher clip. He's been making bigger music, better music, more important music than all of his peers. And I'm not saying, I'm not comparing him to like the underground or the over underground or anything. I'm just at that level, at the level that the Grammys is covering. Yeah. That Kendrick Lamar is far and away the best hip hop artist out there right now. You know what I mean? You compare him to, what Drake's been putting out recently. You compare him to what Cole's been putting out recently. Compare even to what Tyler's been putting out recently. Chromacopia was great, but it's a GNX though. Clips was great. See, and again, I was rooting for the Clips. I really wish that the Clips would have gotten the award for Best Rap Album. But again, we had this conversation when we saw the nominations. I went back and listened to GNX versus Let God Sort Them Out. And I love Let God Sort Them Out. But that GNX had a different type of crack in it. So I'm just saying it's a call to action to all of Kendrick Lamar's peers. And I think we could go back. I think this is what he was trying to do back when he dropped the Control verse. Like, yo, let's all,
let's all go for the Grammy. That's what he was saying.
Nah, it was no. It was a call. It was a call to action for steel to sharpen steel. But what ended up happening was everybody went their own lane instead of like, competing for the best art. Okay, that's out there, and Kendrick's making the best art in hip hop right now.
Heard it. Real quick. EJ Sunshine. Rap Roundtable, once again, y'all underestimated Kenny and didn't feel he should have won those. Y'all picked Clips over them. EJ Sunshine, shut up. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? You're gonna be the only person I curse out today. Us wanting the Clips to get that trophy don't mean we underestimated Kendrick Lamar. Don't be one of these bozos in here that if not that, then this, because you'll get cursed out and banned with the swiftest of ease, okay? Shut the fuck up. What do we look like doubting Kendrick Lamar? Are you kidding me? Saying we want the Clips to get the highest of all accolades for a great album don't mean that we're putting down others. In 2026, if you don't know deductive reasoning by now, don't come running in my chat saying some bullshit. Masito, you seem a little salty about Kenny winning though. I don't like your posture. I don't like the way you holding that cup. You know what I mean?
Oh
The
man,
the, the OVO energy is coming
Energy.
through the veins right now. What's going
So,
on?
nah,
shoulders is up.
Talk to us,
you
man.
You
know,
know,
like listen, like it's like
voice get a little higher.
Oh, high, shoulders
you
up.
know what I mean. Listen, it's you have to salute Kendrick, right? We of course, you know what I mean. The entire time that everything is going on, of course, the like I said, legendary line, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Of course, that's playing in the background, right? So it's a interesting, it's an interesting accolade, right? Because you have to, there's always been hip hop has always had an interesting relationship with the Grammys. Y'all already know this. I don't have to bloviate about the whole thing. We know how it goes. So it's always been kind of a like, you know what I mean? Like when you said Kendrick is winning for 4 times in a row, in my head I thought to myself, wow, an Eminem like run. You know what I mean? So it's like the Grammys
Damn.
half the time they get it right, half the time they get it wrong. Like Sin said, we'd be when Kendrick puts out music, it's always award worthy, right? Like this is his albums, the type of music he puts out. Let's not get it effed up there, right? It's always yes, he's always an MVP candidate every time he pops out, right? Every season that he plays. But that's why I make the sports analogy because it's interesting to me. Like it's almost like the opposite of sports, right? In sports, the MVP situation is like they eventually they hate giving the same guy the award year after year after year. They feel like they have to reward a new guy. On the Kendrick end or on the Grammy end, like Sin mentioned. You know what I mean? Whether it's Eminem at one point in his career, we know Kanye had his run. Outkast had a similar like run. There's certain artists that when they pop out, it seems like they win the majority of Grammys in the year that they pop out. So and when you go to Kendrick, I went to Kendrick on the Grammy website because yeah, you know what I mean. The posture, I had. If you're reading this playing in the background too late, I was shadow boxing like Cole in the studio. You know what I'm saying? I was getting my Dreamville on. So
Shit.
I was ready to flame up Kendrick today because why not? It's a Monday. You know what I mean? OVO Mondays. But there's not too many awards that I feel like he shouldn't have. I'll be honest. You know what I mean? The year that he won with his collaboration with Taylor Swift, I'm not sure who he went up against that year, but I'd like to see the competition in that year. You know what I'm saying? When Bad Blood won his Grammy. Um,
Yeah,
I had two
that one can go.
awards. Off a To Pimp a Butterfly won 2 awards in the year that it dropped. You remember if it dropped a little bit before the actual album. I wasn't a fan of Oz. I don't know the competition that year, but I feel like I know Oz shouldn't have won no Grammy award. It wasn't a great song. Um, so that's
Uh,
that's that's maybe 3 that I feel like he shouldn't have got. You know what I mean? When given the fine tooth comb, but at the same time, like Sin said, Good Kid clearly maybe the best album of the 2010s on, that clearly was a robbery. And not only it was a robbery in the worst sense because he went up against Jay-Z that year. He went up
Hmm.
against Cole that year. He went up against Drake that year. But Macklemore won the Grammy for, you know what I mean? That's the worst robbery in the
Crazy.
history of Grammys, at least in the rap category.
The
So I'm not,
OG dad bar rapper himself stole a Grammy. God damn it!
and was never heard from again. Like industry plant
Facts.
of a lifetime. Like I don't know what's going on with Macklemore. He had to text him like Kenny, it should have been yours. So no, I'm not listening. Yeah, I'm in my OVO bag, but to be honest, this is this is as useless of a conversation on the Drake sense because Drake doesn't really make Grammy music.
Mm.
If you give his music the fine tooth
That
comb.
pained you to say that, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? I might get. They might change the locks in the OVO
nah.
compound
You
on the
couldn't even
awards.
get that
Yeah.
sentence off of that
What?
son
Hold
of
on,
a.
hold
God
on, hold on.
damn.
What do you
That
what
was
do you
done.
mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that, Mace?
Well,
TDE Mace, PG
Holy
Lang
shit.
Mace, what's going
listen. No,
on?
no. I say
Honest
this.
Mace.
I say this. There's certain artists we mentioned a few, right? That make music that Grammy people who that judge the Grammys and make these decisions. They go on to that type of music. At one time, we might have called it coffee house. One time, we might have called it artsy. You know what I mean? One time, we might have called it, music that the masses don't really fuck with. You know what I'm saying? But when you have other artists, right? Some people would say Future is the artist of the generation, right? Future doesn't make music that the Grammys are gonna pay attention to. Obviously, I mentioned Drake. You know what I mean? An artist like DMX wasn't an artist that the Grammys was like, oh, he's making music that we gotta listen to. You know what I mean? There's certain
Right.
artists that, you know, it although the masses might love it, it's not what the Grammys are looking for. You know what I mean? And that's
Mm.
not insulting because Kendrick Lamar puts out great music. Kanye West puts out great music. Outkast, despite what people think, we know they put out great music. So it's no insult there, but you know, I'm not. If he didn't win none yesterday, it still would have been like 22-5 in the Grammy conversation, right? With the Drake and Kenny thing,
Oh,
right? So it is what it is. There, I wasn't, you
jeez.
know, rooting for the victory yesterday, you know. But I do salute Kendrick, though. I do salute him because at the end of the day, if you love hip hop, you want hip hop to be in these rooms. You want somebody where art is represented at the highest level to be in the room. And Kendrick has been that for his entire career. So respect dudes, regardless of the fan, you know, the fan mess and the legendary line from Family Matters. You want Kendrick in these rooms if you're hip hop, if you ask me.
Fair play.
Talk about
Dini,
it.
talk to me.
I have no problem with somebody winning this shit over and over and over again as long as they're the guy. You know what I'm saying? If that's the guy that keeps putting out the top quality shit, that's the guy that keeps showing up, then it is what it is. Everybody else got to kind of like proceed to step their game up, as Sin said. Um, I know we all act like the Grammys don't matter, and to some way, to us they don't, but they do. You know, we just want to see niggas get it correct, and it just seems like in this category, they got it very correct. Granted, I'm a little tight. Clips ain't went album of the year, but but my reasoning is like you have to understand everything that came with the album. I don't. It's not just the music itself. Like take away the music of just GNX, take away the music of like let God sort them out, and just think of like all the immaculate shit that happened like between the actual transfer of the album, of the going to the album, the album being out, the shows, the rollouts, the performances, the tours, just everything that came with it. Send me and you with it for the Kendrick and the energy that followed with that album. And granted, your man really didn't even have to make no other songs throughout the course of the whole year. The album literally carried him the whole year. The tour carried the whole year. And I think that takes a part too. When you got 80,000 people filling in the night, it's kind of hard to say this ain't the number one thing going on, you know? So I respect that. I respect what the Clips did. And I respect the fact that, first of all, that was my favorite song on the album. So shout out to them for winning with my favorite song, Chains of Whips. But I just think that they finally got it right. And I think as long as they could proceed to get it right, like the people would just respect this shit so much more, bro. Like shout out to Tyler. Tyler got his creative art cover shit, and that art that cover was crazy. You know, like so it was just dope to see people get the things they deserve. If Clips didn't walk out of it with nothing, I might have felt some type of way. But they got something. Everybody kind of got it. Shout out to Doechii. Shout out to Bad Bunny. It just seems like in the categories that we love as like, you know, the culture, every box was checked correctly. Kendrick walked away with 5. He could have walked away with 7. He could have walked away with the joint that Benito got, and he could have walked away with the joint that Billie Eilish got. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we can't complain. In terms of music, GNX is a great album. Even if you're not a big fan of the album, what the album brought to the table, being a part of the battle, the tour, the shows, like everything about the pop out, the Super Bowl, it literally just, it was culture for 365 days. You get what I'm saying? So there was almost no way to deny it, even though I love that Clips album, bro. And maybe I'm just biased because I love the Clips. And one of my favorite groups of all time got their flowers this year from not just their peers, but younger listeners, older listeners, fashion icons in the same, like they just did so fucking much this year that they needed something. You know, I don't shout out to Pharrell with the crazy fits. Stop dressing like my boys. I was not comfortable about that. But other than that, man, I think the Grammys finally got it fucking right. It only took this the 68th Grammys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them, man. They did
That's
it right.
a fact, man. That's a fact. For me, you know, there's a conversation that always brews every time Grammy season rolls around, where it's like, oh, now the Grammys matter. You're seeing people in our chat right now. And speaking of our chat right now, stop what you're doing, chat. Hit the like button. We are pushing almost 500 live viewers across platforms. I need everyone to stop what you're doing, whatever platform you want. Hit the like button right now. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed by now, subscribe. You know what I mean? We always appreciate y'all press and play, but our new motto in 2026, as soon as you press play, hit the like button. The like button keeps us in the algorithm. It keeps the business in. We're not asking for anything that costs money. Everything we ask for is free as hell. hit the like button right now. If you on Twitter, hit the like, hit the repost as well, and follow us. You know what I mean? Lock into all things Rap Roundtable. The conversation is always about, oh, does the Grammys matter? Does the Grammys matter? Does the Grammys matter? Look, listen, man. Just because your favorite artist didn't have the caliber of albums to be Grammy considered or Grammy winning, that don't mean that accolades don't matter. Because that's really what the argument is about. A lot of times the argument is about people's favorite artist not getting Grammys. Okay? And once their favorites start winning, that voice, that powerful energy they have with their chest, they stop saying it with their chest.
Listen.
At the end of the day, to me, if you produce art, you should receive every single potential accolade. That's my argument. You know, do award shows across the board always get it right? Absolutely not. We know that. You know what I'm saying? But I would say in fairness to the Grammys, and I think we talked about this last year, the Grammys have done in recent years a better job of having a better understanding of what hip hop is and what rap is. And I think Mesito had brought it to our attention, in fact, that they actually have a committee of people that look like us who are in tune to the culture to make sure that the right people get celebrated year in and year out. If you're taking the necessary steps to highlight the culture the right way and not give it to random ass niggas like Macklemore, I can't be mad at that. But then if I look at this particular Grammy Awards and I look at like the scope of the big awards, right? Sometimes it's like a sliding scale. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong. But if you're telling me a Lady Gaga's out here, one of the best in the world, like I was saying last night, she's like the Beyonce for the whites in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If she's out here, she's elite. And if you know music, you know Gaga's elite. If she's out here winning, how can I find issue with that? Right. One of the biggest megastars in the world doesn't sing a lick of English, but his music transcends everything. He's literally a walking stimulus package for Puerto Rico. He's out here cleaning up awards. How can I be mad at that? Is that genre saying F the Grammys, or are they highlighting greatness? People like Billie Eilish are talented. You see people like Justin Bieber on the stage getting shine and shit like that. If I'm looking at the musical landscape and I'm seeing that the elites are winning, the people who really put the pain in, and even the lesser known acts that we might not know about, but they're making elite music and they're winning, why should I say the Grammys don't matter because it might not matter to rap? That's not real. If they're taking time to highlight high-level music across the board, and they did that, in my opinion, last night, who am I to say that it doesn't matter? Now, you know, you can fight and pick and choose and say, I would have loved to have had Clips win Rap Album of the Year. Now, imagine that. We're here in 2026 talking about whether the Clips or Kendrick Lamar should have got Rap Album of the Year. That's the conversation I'm not seeing enough of. We keep screaming about, oh, it don't matter. But in years past, it would have been Macklemore and a few other, or Harlow, some
versus
ass
Eminem,
right?
Or,
so some pop rapper that's not making that shit,
or G-Eazy. Yeah,
everybody in that category for Rap Album of the Year has a viable argument that they had that shit on musically. You know what I'm saying? These are hard albums, lyrically driven albums. Where's the pop rap album on the best rap album category? Not to be found. It was elite
Glorilla.
shit. Glorilla hard to me. I don't look at Glorilla as a pop rapper. She hard to me.
No, that's what I'm saying. Shout to Glorilla.
The songs just go, but she's street.
So if I'm looking at it and the upper echelon things are being highlighted in a real way and the upper echelon niggas are winning, I got no issues with that. Shout out Kendrick Lamar for winning 5. He's going out here and he's resetting the standard as we are. Because the thing is, we can look at it as it's the Grammys career, but if the Grammys are trying to highlight all categories properly, then I gotta look at it pre-dumbass Grammys, Grammys So White, and current Grammys. And in the current Grammys format, I got no qualms. Kendrick should win. Kendrick had the strongest year as far as like the window for submissions. The only other album that you could argue with that said that had a stronger year maybe was the Clips. If you go single for single as far as big records go, and we know how that goes, big records get shine at the Grammys. Kendrick got that. We might argue that they might be the better song for song. You could say maybe the Clips album was better, but there's no TV offs. There's no Luthers on that album. Therefore, you got to go with the nigga who made the big records. That's Kendrick Lamar. And then when you want him to go and get on some rapidy rap, one of the hardest songs of the year, Chains and Whips, his verse, phenomenal. The song, phenomenal. Of course, it should have gotten an award. That song is hard to go from the birds don't sing, that chokes me up every time I listen to it for personal reasons. You know what I'm saying? And you go right into that. It's like, all right, we got that out of our system. Now let's deliver some of the hardest raps you've ever heard. And then I was on the train today. Yeah, I was on the train today, y'all. You know what I mean? Because, you know, Maxine on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So I was on the train today. Then I'm listening to the last 8 bars of Chains and Whips. And I'm like, oh, my God. He beat Drake up so bad. And I've never mentioned Drake in that song together. And I'm listening to it. I said, yo, them last 8 bars, he was really punching on that Canadian boy. Good God. I'm sorry, Drake. Mace, Drake, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But it's like, if you are delivering at this level, and then you think about what GNX was, I think Deanie mentioned it. Lefty Gunplay got a fucking Grammy. Okay? He on a block somewhere banging. Tied it up with a Grammy award. So not only did you put on for your people, we see how AZ Chike has leveled up through having that look. He could have Jake could have all of this himself. He's put on, he's won, and he's doing it with high caliber, highfalutin shit. It's not no bubblegum rap. It's not no botted rap. It's not none of that. It's some of the best shit you ever heard, and it's winning. And you know what? A year from now, and we get into it on episode 142, I think that, you know, that guy, J. Cole, might have an argument. He might be in this conversation a year from now because, you know, he rapping at a high level. I'm sorry, Sin, don't get upset. You know what I mean? But calm down, Jamal. But I think that J. Cole might have a situation a year from now. I like where rap is. The Grammys did right, in my opinion. And if you don't like it, we're not one of these thumpers. We're not going to say you have to care. If you don't care about the Grammys, that's fine by me. I don't mind. Continue to not care about the Grammys. You feel me? But for us here, we like it. And if it stays on this course and this trajectory, I'm going to stand pat. Because when Nas come outside again, maybe a year from now, the joint he did with Primo might be nominated because it'll probably fall in line with the window for the release. And if that wins again, are the Nas fans going to be screaming after Grammys? I think not. I think not. They're going to be like, we love the Grammys because Nas got 2 now. You know what I'm saying? So let's enjoy, like what we like.
Listen,
we're not the like police. Like what we like.
Don't let Skyzoo get nominated because a lot of people's gonna end up changing their tunes out there.
I mean, say what you want about it. I would love that though. I would love that because
didn't the allegory by what's his name again get nominated a couple years ago?
5'9", yeah.
5'9" got nominated. They've been trying to. You know what I mean?
It shows the quality though. It shows that you can still make like real rap music and still, because at the end of the day, bro, say what you want. A Grammy is essentially certification. Let's say you got a job. Every certification you claim, you can get to a next level of your job, make more money, get to higher planes. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you walk into the room, you say you got a Grammy. The yesterday's price ain't today's price, or whatever Joe used to say. It's the same shit, bro. It's an accolade that really boosts you up. So you would want to see like the real niggas get that. You want to see the real rap artists, the real. You know what I'm saying? It's a win.
Ultimately, you know, it's driven by what Job said. It's driven by mostly fan type of energy. You know what I mean? So when an artist gets a Grammy, the fans whose artists don't get Grammys start, you know, minimizing what it means. It's the same when somebody gets a #1 record on Billboard. To act like that doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Same thing when somebody gets a hit record. That matters too. Same, you know what I mean? Same time when an artist sells out on tour. An artist like Kendrick did all 4 on this last album. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, usually it's an artist who doesn't get all of them, and it's the fan bases outside of that fan base trying to minimize what it means. So, you know what I mean? I think if you know artists in real life, if you're around this game, you know all these things matter to them immensely. You know what I mean? So to try to minimize a Grammy, look how artists respond when they get Grammys. You can't tell me they don't matter if artists, the people who actually put in the work, you know what I mean, are you know, kind of, you know, act like their career is partly fulfilled after they get it. Like, so, you know what I mean? It can mean to you, I'm not, just like Job said, I'm not like policing, but to act like it doesn't matter at all, you just, you know, hiding in the sand.
You know, and again, if you want to hold the Grammy committee's feet to the fire for past indiscretions, by all means, they did wrong for many years. We are not absolving them of their past failures. What we're saying is, at this point, if they're making a concerted effort to highlight the right things the high level things, the things that we talk about in our day-to-day lives, then I gotta give grace in that regard. You know what I mean? Like I always say here on this platform, as the facts change, so my opinion. I'm not here to live and die with anything. If I'm presenting information that forces my opinion to change, then I'm gonna change my opinion. So be it. You know what I mean? Word to the Clips. You know what I mean? Shout out the homie LP. He really doesn't like Skyzoo. Like you gotta leave Skyzoo alone, LP. Speaking of the Clips, hit the like button, hit the subscribe option, like and reshare on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
The Clips went home, I should say, with 1 Grammy. I was hoping they would get Album of the Year, but they left with something. But I got a gripe. I'm here to gripe. I ain't gonna lie to the guys. Between dressing like a boy band with Pharrell, and not to say that the suits were on fire, they had it on. But I'm tired. Like Mesito brought it up a few weeks ago, in fact, about them constantly dressing like it kind of irks me. Huge Clips fan, y'all know that. I'm not trying to diss my guys, but I'm tired of them with these all the brothers dressing alike. You got a Jackson 5, the Clips 3. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? But they get on the stage, and I'm looking forward to the performance, right? I'm hyped, like, oh, Clips is about to lock it down. This is a big event. We've been wanting to see this performance. I think when we went to the Clip show, we was talking about maybe Kendrick and Clips will get together and perform together. But no, they decide to perform so far ahead. One of the least talked about songs on this album. And I feel like they did this just to make sure that Pharrell was a part of it. And then not only was Pharrell a part of it, he was front and goddamn center in the middle of the performance. We ain't want to see so far ahead. We wanted so be it. We wanted The Birds Don't Sing. We wanted Chains and Whips. We would have even taken FICO. Let Stove get a Grammy look.
Facts.
Like, what the hell was that, Sin?
If you don't want the producer being all up in the camera, all up in your videos, don't get next to Pharrell, because that motherfucker wants some goddamn attention, bro.
Man.
And he especially wants attention. Listen,
only person who wants to hear that was Tyler, bro.
Listen, I honestly, I think this has something to do with the Chad situation, man. I think he wanted to send a message. I think he wanted to, be up there. Like, all right, he got honored. He got the Dr. Dre, whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called. But the Dr. Dre Award. So he got honored for that. So he had his moment, right? So I don't know if he wanted more of a moment, a bigger moment, an extended moment. I don't know. But like for him to get up there with the Clips, like Pharrell, like let them shine, bro. Like you've been at the Grammys. You've got Grammys. You've been on like you've had so much attention over the years. You've left Chad off by the wayside. And you got all the accolades, all the awards, all the shine, everything. Like this is the Clips year. You should have just let them have their moment, bro. This is the Grammys. But this motherfucker goes up there. They make them. He makes them wear all pink suits. Every last one of them. I know Malice felt awkward in that shit. I know it. Like I was looking at his body language. I'm like, he's not feeling his pink suit, bro. Pusha T more of the fashionable guy. But I know Malice was feeling uncomfortable, man. He was like, I don't want this shit on me.
Malice even got his pants cut different from them. They had the bell bottoms. He had the straight legs.
Malice is a grown ass man.
Slow down, y'all.
Pusha T be pushing that fashion shit too much, bro. Like just calm my thing, Papa. Like we get it.
When you go to a clothing store, and they got like the pictures of the different fits, like side by side. That's what it looked like with the Clips. You got the ultra flare with Pharrell. You got the medium flare with Push, and then you got the straight leg with Bells. I was just like, give me the straight leg, bro. I'm not worried about that.
I'm not mad Pharrell was there. I'm just more mad at the song. Like if they had John Legend there and they did that, and they did that,
you not wearing the Kenny at the Super Bowls, bro? You not right?
You're not wearing a big flare skin.
I am quite good on that.
It just I'm not mad. Like I said, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the fact.
You already here, Dini. And real quick, who is this Lex Lexo or Leo XOXO said that Sin is an Ebro wannabe and saying some other shit in the chat. Like, you know,
What?
but then said that they're new here. So it's like they pulled up the hate. Y'all know what I like to do when people pull up the hate, right? Y'all know what I like, chat. Y'all know what I like to do when people pull up the hate. If I don't know you and you pull up the hate, guess what happens? Bye.
Lidak. Mutombo. No.
Have a good one.
Straight
Getting the
block,
balance, the performance, the outfits. Talk about the clips last night, man.
I love the performance. The snowing on the end of the stage brought it home for. Hey, me and Sin went to the show a few years back. These niggas had like 40, 50 bricks on the stage, bro. Like fake keys on the stage. So this is their shtick. I'm cool with that. My thing is, I just thought that song was more for Pharrell than it was for the clips. You get what I'm saying? I feel like there was a litany of other songs. They could have brought out John Legend, Grammy family, right? I know Kanye ain't in the team no more, but John Legend out there, he could have still been on the stage, and I would have the whole crowd up. They could have got Kenny. He there. They could have did the whip, the chains and whip shit. But like, you know, it might have been a little too tough for the crowd. But that John Legend shit it would have had people crying in the stands. It would have been an unforgettable performance. The snow would have trickled down. Like I just felt like that was the person who enjoyed it the most was Tyler the Creator. Shout out to him. He was in the crowd going crazy. But I just don't think that was the song that should have like did that for the album. Like you said, FICO with Stove, giving Stove that little view. That would have been crazy too. It's just and it's a dope song. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking away from the song. I just feel like of all the songs on the album, they could have did a lot more songs than just that one. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Talk to me, Mesito.
Listen, missed opportunity for sure. For a multitude of reasons, right? This is like I mentioned, like those artists that are in the MVP conversation all year. And by MVP, I mean Grammy award-winning season type of thing, not real MVPs. Clips are not there often, right? This is like their Carmelo year, where one year they could have, this is like their AIO 1 year, right? They could have got that MVP and solidified themselves. And not only that, but they've clearly made it public to all of us that they wanted this. You know what I mean? They were shooting for it. You know what I mean? So missed opportunity. I don't really like it. I'm gonna say this. I'm not putting it all on Pharrell. I'm sure this is despite the Grammys getting it right, like we said, despite the Grammys, actually caring about the art. This is that type of funny business the Grammys does, right? Because did you also notice that most of the hip hop awards were off air or at the beginning of the show? You know what I mean? So they still have their funny ways about going about things, and I'm sure this was one of those, right? Clearly, the music that the clips should have put out should have been displayed on a big stage. You know what I mean? You remember, this is like that type of music that's supposed to be on the late night TV shows and supposed to be on the Grammy stage and supposed to get those type of looks. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was disappointed. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, I wasn't watching the Grammys in real time. I was waiting for it to finish and then look at the hip hop highlights. You feel what I'm saying? So when I finally got to this, yeah, I was like, that's a little nasty to me. You know what I mean? This is the moment in a career season that the Clips deserve. You know what I mean? Ultimately, I feel like knowing how they've been moving, they said, listen, it's more important to get up there, to broadcast ourselves, to possibly lend more ears to the music we have put out. So I'm sure the Clips, even if they were disappointed, knew the business move was to make sure you were on that stage. And ultimately, I don't want to paint their moment in a bad light. You know what I mean? Of course, we could say we want certain things and we wanted it to go certain place, but I still want to congratulate them and salute them for through the art making it to that stage. You feel me?
That's a fact. I hear you, Mesito. That's cool, and very liberal response.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
But I disagree. I'm sorry. Now let me be clear. I understand that the creative process of this album, Pharrell played a massive role. He was essentially the production maestro of this project. It was just him, all Pharrell. There's no more clips, you know what I mean? No more Neptunes to reference the Malice bar, right? So I get it. I want to make sure that I'm not just coming on here ranting and raving. I understand Pharrell got a big award last night. He was a big part of it. Essentially, it was a reunion. How many years was it again between albums? 16 years?
16.
Right.
Long time.
So I want to make sure that I'm clear with y'all that I fully understand the why of it all. But me being a fan of the clips, when we listening to this album, and yes, it was produced by Pharrell, Malice and Pusha T carried this album. What they did as rappers carried the album. I was willing to even split the difference. If you come out on the stage, all three of them, they know what it is. I mean, they do that part, little opening stanza with Pharrell, and then the beat drop, and you get into Chains and Whips. Oh, I'd have been cool with that. I understand John Legend had just performed earlier, maybe a half hour or less before that, with the whole melody for the people that we have lost, the musical legends we had lost over the years.
Yeah.
So he wasn't going to be on the stage for that again. It was one or the other. I completely understand. But if you're telling me you open with Pharrell, then you do the Malice verse of Chains and Whips, and the Pusha T verse of Chains and Whips, and then you get off the stage, we couldn't get that at least. What I wanted was for the Pharrell to have his moment, but then let the clips have their moment too. I guess smartly we should have known better that it was never going to be a Kendrick moment, because the Grammys at the same time are still about individual acts. That's their individual moments to shine. They're not going to share that moment on the stage together. I got to understand that. But I would have loved to have seen Pharrell get your little moment. You do the opening bridge. Then we get Chains and Whips or So Be It. Because think about it. Right after they did that performance, when they did the Album of the Year nominees, they played the So Be It video. So I'm like, it was right there. You could have just done that. You know what I mean? You could have done the first two verses. Don't do the stupid Travis Scott diss. There was ways around doing it to where everybody got to shine. Now, as performers on stage, it was a great performance. To me, going back to I Would Take Her Around the World, people keep underselling and downplaying what the clips do. The clips are one of the most complete acts in rap. The stage show was there. They showed you just last night on a Grammy stage. They don't got to wear feathers and prance around. They stage show is there. They can do it. They can do it all.
Yeah, chill, Joe. Not too much.
I'm telling you what it is. I'm just calling it what it is. They don't got to wear no funny costumes. Man. They don't got to wear no feathers. They don't got to do none of that shit.
Don't let Monty Jones hear this.
You know
no hockey pads, none of that.
Well, Monty can say what he want to say. They don't got to do none of that extra shit to put on a good show. If you want to wear tight Nike Techs and be offended, you can kiss my ass too. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
Who knew Monty Jones was a 45-year-old, 70-year-old, man? Like that motherfucker is
try hard ass motherfucker. Like
crotchety, bro. He hates everything.
Yo,
Kendrick Lamar wins, he hates it.
Hey,
Lauryn Hill was on time. Somehow he hates that. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, shout out onto Lauryn Hill for pulling up. But you know what?
Out.
Right, man.
I'm glad they got on the stage. They were talking about more music on the way. Man, if we could get another Clips album this year, I'll take it. I'm not saying no to that. Man. Is anyone else saying no to that?
I'll take it. Yeah.
More heat.
Let's go.
Kendrick Lamar's manager posted a rap boxer's hand on his Instagram. They keep teasing that Kendrick's dropping this year. Put it that way. We know.
They do.
He's dropping this year. We get a Cole, Drake, and Kendrick album all this year. It's gonna whatever
be up.
Whatever level of speculation there is, all of the speculation done with after this year. Let me tell you that right now. Long story lesson, but we gotta move on. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe option, like and reshare on Twitter. Do the necessary, the best podcast in the world of Rap Roundtable. You know what I mean? Shout out.
Anybody else feel like Kendrick's just gonna step on Cole's drop?
Yes. No. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. I'm telling you, I think that Kendrick gonna end up on that album, bro. I think that I believe what Lamar said. I think something happened behind the scenes, and the middle child is more leaning towards PG Lang than OVO right now. That's where I'm at with it. Like the Doja he is.
I don't think he's gonna end up on there, but I do think there's peace between those camps behind the scenes. I think so.
So you believe OVO Mall as well, Mace?
I think Drake and Cole is the next battle we're most likely to get.
Drake don't want that battle because to me I think
Drake wants every battle. Jaw, what you mean? Right. It's Cole that don't want the battles.
You're right. I take that back. But what I should have said was I spoke wrong because Drake, say what you want about Drake, he takes all fights. I think Cole is in a space right now where he knows that he got to fight somebody. Like he can't just talk shit. So whoever tried to stand in front of Cole, he gonna get hit. That's where I'm at with it. But we got to move on. We got to talk about the elephant in the room. We've talked about the Grammys enough. Some information dropped Friday evening, I believe it was, that Jay-Z and Pusha T's names were attached to some FBI reporting something of the other, and that got twisted into being involved with Harvey Weinstein and the Epsteins and all the Steins, whatever. You know what I mean?
All the things.
All the
Yes.
steam.
1996 Jay-Z, 2007 Pusha T, and the internet completely melted. They ate it all up, but then information came out within minutes that people completely missed. So much so, matter of fact, let me get this over before I forget. So much so that the New York Post picked up the story, y'all, and then put at the bottom of the story that Beyonce, Rihanna, and Beyonce's mom all unfollowed Jay-Z on Instagram. Mind you, Jay-Z doesn't have an Instagram. What they did was they went to the pages of these people and typed in Jay-Z in the search bar of the follows and didn't find Jay-Z and reported that they had unfollowed Jay-Z.
Assuming that the whole free world has an Instagram.
There you go. So Mesito, you know, this is your space on the rap round table. The news, the chatty boys, the sometimes reprehensible controversies. So this comes across your desk. For the people who might not know what's going on, can you lay it out to them in layman's terms?
Well, just like you say, late on Friday evening, more Epstein files, which is a hot button topic all over the country, were released. People were waiting on that. Not really thinking about hip hoppers and musicians when the files got released. To be honest with you, they thinking about much bigger fish in that situation. But what it was FBI tip logs. So essentially, anybody who contacted the FBI through, in person, whether on the phone, online, any type of, tip that they provided and the content of that and who was involved were released in files to the public. Massive amounts of pages of information, you know what I mean, on the government website that's holding this information. They have a search, so you can type in anybody's name to see if they were in the files, in the tip logs, everything. It kind of set the internet ablaze. Of course, this is as crazy as an issue as we have in this country right now. But within those files, what made the most news was Jay-Z and Pusha T. Now, in these FBI reports or FBI tips that were given, they mentioned Jay-Z having some sort of dealings with Jeffrey Epstein back in 1996. Now, for any people that are versed on the situation, the Epstein Island situation, it wasn't that, right? Because if you know the information, Epstein Island was established in 1998. So these tips were said that Jay-Z was dealing with Jeffrey Epstein in his Florida home in 1996 in his Florida estate. 1996 was an interesting year for Jay. That's when he first was known by anybody, reasonable doubt. Pusha T was also mentioned in there. And potentially, being a person to deal with Jeffrey Epstein around 2007. And we know we know Pusha T in 2007 was, attempting to get out of a record deal. You know what I mean? So it'd be interesting if Pusha T found himself in a situation like that too. Now, these weren't the only two guys in the files. I know these were the I don't know, who decided to release this to the public, of all the names, but there's all types of names in there. All types of names. It's vast amounts of information. And I'm not saying some of the information is valuable, right? Because like I said, this is FBI tip log. So anybody who called the FBI could have been providing information, that were released in these files. But I think what you want to do is differentiate, from each thing within the files. It's very little information other than this right now, right? So it's a lot going on, and I feel like people are reporting on agendas on both sides. There's people that are quick to say this means nothing. There are people that are quick to say this means everything, and I think there's very very much of a lack of information going on right now. I mean, fellas, y'all have any thoughts on what y'all saw in those files? Like,
well, here's the thing. Before I pass it over to Sin,
mm-hmm.
and this is like, we understand what it is, right? But this came from a crisis intake report that anyone could have filed. Like I can hang up this, I can end the stream right now, and I could go do that right now. And it's like, why don't we just do the Googles? Like the headline reading. We've been talking about this since 2019 when we started the pod. Matter of fact, I think since 2017 when we was just doing Lucy's. You know what I'm saying? Like headline reading is so dangerous, and I feel like this was expert headline reading and manipulation by the public. So, Sid Raps now, what are your thoughts on this, man?
I mean, I call horseshit. Simply because you know how like when because here's the thing. This particular report or call came in like after the whole Epstein Island and Epstein thing had been reported on and made public, right? This wasn't one of those situations where like somebody called in and like there'd been no stories about Epstein, nobody knows about it, like there's no headlines, no news stories. And somebody calls in and is like, yo, I hear that this Jay-Z guy and this Pusha T guy are like, doing nefarious stuff with Jeffrey Epstein on an island. Like, that's not what happened here. What tends to happen is that when these incredibly salacious stories and disturbing stories end up becoming public, every crazy motherfucker that's out there is going to read it and when I say crazy, I mean like really crazy. They're gonna read it and immediately want to be a part of it. They want to be like somehow involved with it. They want to feel somehow connected with it. Like these are people that are not right in the head, right? And so they'll call in and say that they know something about it, or they heard something about it, or they've seen something about it. The same shit happens with serial killers. When a serial killer story becomes public, all of a sudden you get all of these crazy ass phone calls coming into like the police departments and the FBI's talking about, oh yeah, no, I know what he did, or I think it's my cousin Marshall, or I saw such and such in the woods, and like they just want to be somehow connected with this huge, salacious, disturbing story. And that's what I feel is happening here. It's just some random, like 1 out of 3 million calls that ended up mentioning Jay-Z and mentioning Pusha T after the fact that they had heard the story already. And just threw some years out there. Jay-Z in 1996? Like, that man was just, like, he was just putting his debut album out independently. No record label was signing him, but somehow he's like involved with the Epstein shit in 1996. That's madness to me. And the shit that I don't want to take your ball, Joe, but can I say it? Can I just go ahead and say it?
No. I want to say it. I was waiting for my turn.
All right.
Yes.
But it's just like, what I'll lob it to you. Pause if applicable. It's just you can't have it both ways, right? It's 1996. Jay-Z at this point is literally a local New York artist. Yeah, I want to call Jay-Z a local New York rapper. That's exactly what he was in 1996. He had to make his own label. He was selling everything independently. You know what I mean? He literally got it up by the bootstraps. And yeah, I want to say that at this point, he was hanging out with like Weinsteins and Epsteins, like in all the Steens in 96. Yeah, y'all got to come with a better story than that, man. For real.
That's a fact. And basically, to Sid's point, what I was saying in the group chat was there's a running joke that we ran with for like at least a year and a half here on the pod when we was calling Jay-Z the local celebrity rapper, because the talking point on the same platforms I was running with this story, the talking point was that nobody outside of New York or the tri-state area listened to Jay-Z. It was only New York that got Jay-Z lit. They don't know Jay-Z as anything else but Beyonce's husband. This was the talking point, right? On the internet, on the black side of the internet. And now those same people are trying to tell you that in 1996, this local yokel, this local nobody, was big enough to be alongside powerful Steens in 1996. You can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? But when they don't like you, they'll eat up the story. And I want to make this 100% clear because people like to clip farm. People like to get on their platforms and pick and choose things that we say. Let's make this 100% clear before I pass it to Dini. Should Jay-Z be revealed to be part of anything that based on the stuff that we've already read on those files? If his name is attached to this, his back would get kicked in so hard the boot will come through his chest. Because we don't support that shit. We don't support anything nefarious. We don't support anything that's just gross and inhumane. Same thing that happened with Puff. When Puff got revealed to be exactly what we heard he was to be, that we told y'all a long time before it hit the fan anyway, we kicked his back in. We're not supporting none of that. But what we're not going to support is random tips on tip lines, pause, where it's just like, huh? Because the thing is, Jay-Z's name hasn't even come up in any of the actual Epstein files yet. Somehow, Jay-Z and Pusha T's name got wrapped in with the revealing of the Epstein emails. Y'all don't even see what's going on. They threw a Batman smoke bomb. Here's Jay-Z and Pusha T. Meanwhile, the actual Epstein emails got a whole bunch of other names that y'all should be concerned about.
Talk about it.
Dini the Balance, talk about it.
When the people fuck with you, there's nothing you can do wrong. And when the people don't fuck with you, there's nothing you can do right. I say this, I ain't gonna talk too long about this. I just think it's a crazy world we live in, bro. You know, where somebody can just say one thing about you, and then that thing basically becomes the everlasting thing. Say what you want, whatever you want to say about Hov. Now, when I look up, when I type in Jay-Z, Pusha T, you know what I'm saying? Like, Drug Dealers Anonymous don't come up no more, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Right. It's pure
now,
smut
the next word that pops up now is Epstein. And I just feel like it's a nasty world we live in, bro, where someone can just say anything about you and the free world runs with it. And I'll say this. If it's someone you fuck with, you're at least a little more hesitant to just jump in and blame the nigga. You want to do a little more research. And I say that's cool, you know what I'm saying, as you should. But if you don't like the person, I don't give a fuck what it says he did in that paper. He did it. I don't like the nigga. Fair play. And I just think that's a terrible way to go. Because think about it. That could be you, my nigga. That could be your family. That could be anybody. Somebody just throw something in the air. We don't do no due diligence. We just see it and just run with it. That's just dangerous. Dangerous. That's all I got to say about that. That shit is whack. And I fuck with Hov. And if it came out that Hov was really on some crazy shit, then I got to stand on it. It won't be my first time taking a stand against Hov if he did some crazy shit, as we all have on this pod. You know, but like just no evidence, just someone, a tip line, bro.
This is the stupidity I talk about right here. Like this comment, like this is pure stupid. In 1996, to get ahead, did he get ahead? For the people who was actually there, did he get ahead in 96?
Boy was working, man.
I'm gonna say this, man. And from KMC 1994, you kind of are a microcosm of this type of energy. Ever since let's get to the bottom of it, right? Ever since the battle between Drake and Kendrick, people, and I promise you, this isn't a judgment of Kendrick, because Kendrick said something about Drake, and Drake said just as bad about Kendrick. So this is not a Kendrick and Drake point. I promise you, their scrap was their scrap. Drake got everything he deserved. But ever since that battle, fans have tried to use child abuse as some sort of aha moment between fan bases, and to just throw on other people and throw on, what comes out to be innocent people. And this whole thing of what about this? Understand that you're essentially hoping that somebody abused children. And I find that very disgusting and distasteful amongst you fan bases. That is crazy to me. You know what I mean? So, if you really, maybe you really feel that way, but if you're being a fan of somebody and said, hey, they said that about my guy, what about your guy having this on him? That's disgusting. You don't care about no kids. You don't care about no abuse. You just being a fan. I'm going to just say that.
That part right there. And again, it's just like, because I've seen this comment before. Oh, you mean when his debut album came out? His debut album in 96, that didn't go platinum until after the Blueprint, when niggas started going back and actually started listening to the shit? 97 drop, he ain't do nothing with Volume 1. Nigga was shooting low budget DVDs, shit like that. The nigga got lucky with Annie. Let's call it what it is. When Annie dropped, did anybody think Annie was gonna go crazy? How it went crazy? What are we talking about?
Took off.
Annie and the Ja Rule joint.
Yeah,
Come
can
on,
I
bro.
get it?
Like,
Right.
come on, bro. So it's like at the end of the day, should any information come out that supports or proves that this man is a child maneuvering, because I don't want to use that other word, we might get flagged. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know. But if any real keyword here, real information, as they continue to reveal who else's names are in the Epstein emails, until that comes out, I'm not gonna talk about nothing with an FBI tip line that has nothing to do with that. Those are two separate things. Media platforms are retracting stories that they put out. This ain't us talking about it. This is them. They put the story out, including the New York Post, which I talked about earlier, and they had to retract them shits. Why are they retracting the stories? Because he's rich? You know how many rich people is involved in this shit right now? It's all the way up to the president. They're not retracting anything that has our president's name on it right now. But Jay-Z, the rapper / billionaire, is powerful enough to get retractions. Like, think about what you're saying for a second. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, you know, I rarely agree with Charlamagne, but it's like the timing of the release. Much like last year at the Grammys, when the TDE allegations came out the same weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nasty, bro.
And it's like if you Dre 75, 80, and you keep saying it tracks. If you hear stories from other people, but you have no tangible information.
What exactly tracks? What is it that tracks?
That's what I'm
saying, man. Like,
does it track with your preconceived notion of what you want to be true?
Folks was trying to tell us he was smashing Foxy. Foxy came out and said, yo, like, what are y'all talking about? Damn, they're crying on the TV. They was like, nah, we don't believe Foxy.
I'm like, damn. Then what do you have if you don't believe
we don't believe Foxy?
Jesus,
they said Aaliyah was underage. She was 21 when she was messing with Hov. They phone don't work then. You know what I'm saying? But now you like we gotta be careful about what we putting on people. And again, once the information is there, not no conspiracy shit. Now again, this is a keep. You know what I mean? Angel Reese. Gotta do that with y'all. Because I want to make sure that we all in lockstep. The minute the information comes out and it says Sean Carter, Beyonce knows, etc., was there and they partook in, and like y'all heard the story about Bill Gates? Yeah, did y'all hear the Bill? The Bill Gates story is out right now about the STIs and the Russians.
Yeah. Wicked work.
As the information continues to come out, okay, and if his name is there, we will do an emergency live and kick his back in with steel-toe Timbs on.
I promise you we will. I promise.
Believe it.
But until that day, I'm not. No, that's a lot to put on a man with children. I'm sorry.
That's the point we're trying to make here. Right now, 47 is trying to duck allegations. Y'all not even talking about the real thing. The person that's the leader of the free world, his name is in that.
Listen,
his name is in that, but we talking about people that's in the tip log. But the people is in the emails, and we not talking about them.
There was a break. I got a breaking news alert that Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton have agreed to depositions about an hour before we got on the air. Wow. Like the people whose names is really in the midst of it is really dealing with some shit right now. Do the knowledge.
Do the knowledge. Do the knowledge. Crazy. To understand who we dealing with.
I'm pulling up a popcorn to listen to that shit.
The Clintons got to do a deposition about the Epstein files, gang. And y'all talking about Jay-Z and Pusha T.
On the tip line.
Pusha T, bro. Just like you say, Bill Gates. Very interesting.
Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, bro? We might end up going to war as a country just so old boy could duck the fade of these emails.
Oof, man.
I'm scared to make it, man.
But we talking about Jay-Z and Pusha T though.
Like it's practice. You know what I mean? What are we doing here?
Our lives is in real. Our lives is free people. Yo,
and Pusha T?
Not a game.
What homie?
Not a game,
what's homie name from CNN who got arrested for talking about Trump?
Don Lemon. Yep.
What are you talking about? Jay-Z. His First Amendment rights got violated when he got arrested. but we talking about Jay-Z and some FBI logs.
It's almost like
Crazy.
somebody knows what people will talk about more. You
And
know,
look, and this is where I want to come in. Y'all was calling me crazy, Mace. You was calling me crazy. You was saying I was wearing a tinfoil hat, but it's a little weird to me that Nicki Minaj sidles up next to Trump, and all of a sudden Jay-Z and Pusha T are both getting these allegations on them on
I
some
only
Grammy
say
random
weekend.
I
tip
only say
off.
this.
They
I
went,
only
and browsed through 3 million different sheets of paper to find Jay-Z and Pusha T's name and put that shit out there during
Millions. The
Grammy
Wait,
week.
hey,
millions.
hold on. Not Sean Carter and Terrence Thornton.
right.
Jay-Z and
Jay-Z and
Pusha
Pusha
Jay-Z and
T.
Pusha T. Jay-Z and Pusha T.
Hey,
The rappers in
hey,
there.
hey, look, and I'm laughing, but let's be clear. The minute it comes out and his name, all them names is in them emails, we cooking. I'm gonna let y'all know that right
We
now.
On
cooking,
fuego.
Yeah.
I'm
and
gonna let y'all know that right
we
now. You know
we
what I
can say
mean?
that we can say that up here because we've never put anybody's name in the fire without actual proof here. Of
Facts.
all allegations being thrown every which way, whether it's abuse or violence or whatever,
Right.
us here at the Rap Roundtable, we've always said we need proof before we put that on anybody. So
That's a
maybe the
fact.
rest of the the media people, they don't have that type of integrity, but we do over here.
I mean, our integrity is the reason why we never jumped out the window. Remember when the Kendrick fans was calling us Drake fans and vice versa?
And
Because
vice versa.
we always stand firm on the feet on the ground beneath us. We not jumping in one direction or the other. We wait for the actual information to be delivered and then we talk about it.
Because the
Okay,
headline always comes before the actual information.
that's a fact. And like I always tell Mesito personally, I said I don't vouch for nobody. I don't even care if I like you. If you do some fuck shit or there's some fuck shit attached to you, I'm not getting in front of no camera and swear for nobody. I don't even swear for my own family. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. You know what I mean? If you did it, you did it. Period. If sin did it, sin did it. I won't snitch. But privately when you're saying you wildin'. You know what I mean?
Period.
Straight
Talk
like
about it.
that. But like, because the thing is, because we know them dorks with the tight Nike text gonna try to make this a rap issue, and this is a human rights issue. This is a
Shit.
human rights issue. And when
Yes.
the data comes forward, we will treat it like we always treat everything here on the Rap Roundtable. Long story less long. Let's move on. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We are in the stretch run of this live stream, but
Let's
we
get it.
got to get into 21 Savage
Oof.
botting 25 million streams removed from Spotify. If you've been living under a rock or you've been Googling Jay-Z and Pusha T news to find something concrete, you might have missed that. 21 Savage had 25 million streams, unverified streams, removed from his most recent album. So when we was hee-hee-hawing about his album suddenly taking a spike midweek, and we was like, yo, he got the number from Young Thug. Apparently, that joke was 100% right. Macito, I hate to come back to you with this, but you are an industry guy. 25 million unverified streams? Huh?
Listen, we gotta salute Billboard. They've been cleaning up the nonsense. And listen, I don't know how the rest of the music industry is going, but hip hop has been taking an L since the bots have been since the bots have been exposed. I'm not gonna say what part of the country of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's
You mean
Atlanta. It's Atlanta,
you
but
mean rap's been taking a hit.
right,
Hip hop is
right.
fine.
Right. Oh, listen. That's another conversation. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I'm just sitting here in my B-boy stance, son. But for me personally, I find it very interesting, right? 25 million Spotify alone. So I don't even know if Apple has their own investigation to do. I don't know if the vinyl company who was selling the vinyls. Don't know who wants a 21 Savage vinyl, but the 21 vinyl companies, we got to see if those was fake. It's a lot of information going on now. This happened initially within the first week, right? He was stripped of millions of streams that week. So we had 100 plus predicted originally, right? Then all of a sudden it went to like that's the thing. When you look up 21 Savage's first week numbers, it says 73 to 93K. I don't know how you can have that large of a gap in between what you might have done. Maybe they already were considering these streams because 25 million Spotify streams, if you do the numbers, it comes out to about 16 through what they do, their little algorithm, it comes out to 16.6 sales. So 16,000.6 sales, we'll round it up to 17,000. So let's say 17,000 off of that 73K first week, it makes it really kind of puts 21 in an interesting place, and it really kind of reflects the energy that was behind this album. Listen, I'm sorry, but whether I like the artist or not, I've long told you I like 21 Savage. I like the Atlanta rappers. I like the dances and everything. But the sales need to be real, and if the boy is buying over 25 million, we call that the New Delhi pack. You know what I mean? A very fresh pack. You know what I'm saying? We call that the New Delhi pack. But 25 million of those things,
Man,
21. Maybe Fabio Foreign was right, man. Maybe you ain't what you said you are, bro. I don't know. I'm
sheesh.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
That's
D-
17K.
Mm,
Yo, Dini the balance. Your
mm.
thoughts, man. 25 million streams equating to 17K sales.
First
It's
of all,
all
that's
fake,
crazy.
baby.
Yo, what happened to the streets from that to what happened to the streams is crazy. What I think, I think this just exposes it all. You know how we was, well, Job, shout out to Job. We always talk about the whole direct to consumer, and you see who really fucking with you. I think this is the mask coming off. Because shout out to Mace, you said it. So supposedly it was 93 the first week, and they came to find out I think 30K out of that 93 was cap. You know what I'm saying? So it really was 60 the first week. So it's really been all smoke and mirrors. You heard what your boy Young Thug said. Nigga said you put up 50 racks, you go number one and shit. This is just nasty though, bro. 25 million streams reduced, lower the heat reduction. Just cooking, bro. Like I don't even want to talk. I don't even want to mention the word Atlanta. I'm gonna let 21 Savage hold this L on his own. But Jesus Christ, bro, what is the game coming to when you got to cap 25 million streams? What is the game coming to? That's sickening.
Nasty business.
Sickening, bro. Like, shout out to Favi, because it was mentioned. He said you have to mention me to get your song popping. Like, you might have to mention some people, 21, because you got to get the whole shit popping. And it's not just that, because like you said, we fuck with 21, man. The Issa album, Savage Mode 1 and 2, you know what I'm saying? Killed Her Loss. But this album just wasn't John Blaze like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Yeah.
the Drake Stimmy ain't hit. If a Drake
Nah,
Stimmy
it
don't hit,
didn't.
it's quiet. It's just
Not at
been really
all.
rough, bro. It's been really, and I hate this for 21 because I like 21, but this is nasty. Nasty.
Yeah. So sit a rap snob. To put your Timbs on. I already know. I already know it's about to take
You
place.
know, you
Steel
know,
toe Doc Martens.
when Kendrick said it's time to let the party die,
Mm.
we're seeing it happen in real time. And I think that he knew a lot more about all the botting activity
Oh.
before it started becoming public, before they started clamping down on it, before we started knowing about it. I think I think people in the industry was knowing about it,
Yeah.
you know, and and I think, to be honest, this kind of fall from grace is kind of like falling off of Atlanta and the Atlanta sound. I think they were scared of it, and I think they might have noticed the genuine numbers dwindling before we did, and it was like, nah, chill. We get, like, our reign can't stop. We have to stay on top. And they started buying all that shit Drake was talking about, all that projection he was doing towards Kendrick about botting, is because he knew, like, all his Atlanta cronies, like, we're all doing the same shit.
Roadies. I just caught what you said.
You know, it's like when somebody does protest too much, like, that they're doing that same shit too. You know, and so I'm not putting biting on Drake per se, but I think he was in the mix of that. I think the Atlanta scene was kind of noticing that, like, you know, the streams were kind of lowering little by little. It was like, yeah, no, we can't, you know, we gotta bolster this somehow. And you know, the industry, Billboard, whoever it is, they're finally catching up to it now. And they're like, no. They're giving them a tumble figure. No.
Listen.
And so, you know, we're seeing it now. It's coming out in the open, and I, for one, couldn't be happier. Because we got to get this bullshit out of here, and we got to let real metrics live. We got to let real music live. You know, if you feel that the numbers are low, so be it. How can we bolster the numbers in a natural, organic way?
Right.
You know, not with some bodice shit. You know, and that's what it is.
My thing is this: it for me, and maybe I'm recklessly speculating, but I feel like if the dog barks, it's a dog, right? You know what I mean? I'm beginning to wonder if they've been faking the influence this entire time. I've been leaning in that direction for quite a minute now because, again, we talked about it here and we floated it, and we've had people from different regions say that we're just some New York haters. But we talked about it in real time, I think 2023, 2022, when we was like, all of these artists are moving big units, platinum acts, but they cannot fill arenas. They were trying to go on tour, and these 19,000 seat arenas was probably like 30% filled. Where are the rest of the people? They were club artists. They were club venue artists. Like what was that spot called again? Over there on University Place, over by I'm being a bad. What the shit happened with Troy Ave? What was that spot called again? Gramercy something.
Irving Plaza.
Irving Plaza. They're Irving Plaza acts, like slightly above club venues, a little bit bigger. That's what they've been perusing as the entire time. These acts have been faking it, buying up streams. Billboard caught wind of it, I guess before the Young Thug thing came up, because Macito's been talking about Billboard cracking down on fake streams for a minute now. You talked about them using VPNs early last year, Mace, on one of your Young Rap segments. And he was like, they use VPNs to run up streams and make it seem as though they're buying the streams inside of America. And Billboard had initially started blocking those. They started blocking the merch packs as well, because they were just constantly inflating the numbers. So I'm beginning to believe that entire run, not the whole Atlanta era, but all the Young Thugs,
of late,
the Gunners, the Babies, the 21s, and a lot of people within that space and that sound, not the Migos. I think the Migos were very real, but they fizzled out too quickly. And I think internal fighting, and then of course us losing Takeoff, that impacted them. But the Migos was popping. I'm not putting that on the Migos, because I saw the Migos in actual stadiums doing their thing. They were filling venues, and they had cross radio hits, not urban hits, but they were on pop radio. Like that Walking Like You Talking, at one point you put on Z100, you was hearing that song. You know what I'm saying? Bad and Bougie. Like
rock stars, bro.
We not Fight put Night. They had records.
They had it. So I'm not putting that on them, but that particular wave of acts who were pretending to be platinum, whether it's platinum albums or platinum singles, they've been buying them shits the whole time. The Chicago niggas that ran to Atlanta as well, you know what I'm talking about, who struggled to fill venues as well, faking the influence. You don't see Herbo running into these issues. I'm just saying, Herbo stay in his lane. I don't even think Herbo tried to go on tour too crazy, Mace. Let me know if I'm tripping, but I don't hear about Herbo struggling to sell tickets at NBA arenas. You know what I mean?
He doesn't.
So it's like, to me, these guys have faked the influence, and the chickens are coming home to roost right now. And it couldn't happen to a better group of guys, because quite frankly, all of their fans are telling us New Yorkers hating, woo, and the whole time, y'all niggas was frauds.
We took over the game and all this other shit. Like,
And then every time Gunna drop, Gunna be doing like 40, 50K. At least Gunna not trying to buy the numbers. He's staying true to his shit.
Right.
21.
But
And last thing I want to say is
the shows go crazy though.
Right. Last thing I want to say on the topic is 21 didn't even promote this album. I don't even know why he thought he could just drop and it was gonna run up.
Everybody ain't Beyonce.
That's what I'm gonna say.
That's a fact.
With one half-ass Drake song.
Did he shoot a video for this album?
I don't even know, bro.
My thing is this, and I'll be quick too, but understand the impact behind, because Job, I got the same thought. I was like, how long has this fake influence been going along? Streaming took over the game about 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine the impact behind a bunch of people faking influence and making the rest of the country rap like them, right? So we don't even really like these guys. The entire rap game starts rapping like these guys. Rap all of a sudden loses its grip on culture and money and all type of things. Like the impact and the thought about the entire situation is really mind-boggling when you look at it, bro, because how many people we got to see get their streams stripped? Okay? How many?
The stream strip.
Yo.
And just real quick.
Didn't that just happen to somebody else too? It wasn't just 21.
Little Baby.
Little Baby.
Just real quick.
Another person from the
town. And then we heard Young Thug. We heard Young Thug talking about buying himself and Gunna streams. That's 4 of them off rip.
For number 1. He said it himself.
Listen, real quick, I just want to take a pause. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. When it's done, swipe and hype. But I also want to take a pause because, God damn it, if I see anybody else talking about what we just talked about out there, because nobody's talking about this shit out there. I swear to God, I have not seen a single platform out there like
Cook said. Cook.
Like break this shit down the way we're breaking it down. If I see these stories, if I see these out there, I swear to God, I'm pulling up to the comments and I'm gonna be like, yo,
won't be the first time.
So hold on, Sid,
stop doing that.
We the feeder system. They wait for us to talk about it, and then they talk about it. You know what I mean? They've been doing it the whole time,
bro.
And then try to spin it some other way, and then be like, oh well, maybe they'll come talk to me about it, but I won't ask them. I'll just pretend like they're gonna come, but I didn't ask.
Shit.
This is real shit, man.
Fuck out of here,
real
man.
shit.
Last but not least, again, hit the like button. We about to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Game kinda sorta calls out Kendrick Lamar.
Not this again.
Essentially, talking about he's the West. Matter of fact, give me a second, y'all. I want to pull the bar up. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I get the bar right because I don't want to misconstrue anything. I don't want to misquote. I don't want them to say we chase it because the latest thing is we're looking for rap beef. We don't care about the culture. So I want to make sure I get this right. So Game says, if I ain't the best rapper from Compton, it gotta be Kendrick. And if Kendrick the best rapper, tell him to step up and end it. So I don't know. It's very ambiguous, but it sure sounds like he's trying to call out Kendrick to prove, I guess, on some Highlander, they can only be one king of Compton and battle it out. So let me know to say the raps now. Game calling out Kendrick. Bro, are you here for it?
What do you think my answer is, bro?
It ain't. You got an audience, Sincere. Don't talk to me. Talk to the audience.
It's like where I stand.
We done already argued about this, man. All right. Get Game the fuck off my lawn with this bullshit, man. I'm dead ass. Like, how many times are you gonna call out Kendrick? How many times are you gonna call out Jay-Z? How many times are you gonna try to diss 50 Cent? Like, we know your shenanigans, bro. We know your MO. We know what you're trying to do. I'm not taking anything away from the bars. I'm not taking anything away from the projects and the albums. Game, back in the 2000s had 2 of my favorite albums of that era. And he can rap, and he goes on Power 105 or not Power 105. What's that shit in Cali?
Power 106.
106. Power 106. and he does his freestyle thing and he gets his bars off. I give him all of that. But you're not the caliber of artist that a Kendrick Lamar is. I'm sorry, you're just not. Now if you want to do some battle shit, sure you got some bars, but like I'm honestly, let's all be honest. We've heard Game battle. Is he really like that elite of a battle rapper? Like, do we
Yes.
listen?
We're not gonna do that,
He
Sin.
can
No,
be.
he's
Yes.
not.
He can
Yes.
He's
be.
not.
He can
He's
be.
Knock it
not,
off,
He
Sin.
can
bro.
be.
Come
He's
on,
He
bro.
can be.
not, bro.
He
Stop
can
it.
be.
He
Stop.
Don't do that, Sin.
he can,
He's
he can get off.
He
You
could bar you
see?
up if he
He
really
can
tries,
get off.
man.
He
Stop
Don't
can
do
get
saying,
off
that.
Sin.
a
You
lot
taking
of
it too
bars.
far,
10
bro. You
minute, 10
taking
minute
it too
long
far.
He can
songs,
get off
B.
a lot. He can get off a lot of bars, and he
100,000
has
What
bars.
you
some
supposed to do in a
punchlines.
battle, no?
But he has some punchlines. But them punchlines, they be like kind of mid
See, this
Knock
was
it
sometimes.
this
A
was
off.
lot
this
of the
when
time.
this
A
when Sin
lot
be
of the
so full of
time,
shit. This is why I told you stop caping in the group
bro.
chat
We
because you be
no,
saying this wild shit.
Game didn't have enough OV holes in his bars, Sin.
bro. Game is not that
Nigga said
elite
game
of
is
a
nice, but
battle
he ain't
rapper,
that type of
bro.
nice.
Let's stop
Different type of
lying.
nice.
Let's
What are you
stop
talking
lying.
about?
He
So
got
why
Come
he
you
got
act
on,
like
he
Sin.
Sin?
has the
Don't
document. He got
you're
the
the liar here.
documentary. He
Oh
has
shit!
Devil's Advocate. No, sorry, Doctor's
The
Advocate.
documentary.
The documentary, Doctor's
Yes.
Advocate.
That's some
He has
jokes.
a couple of other, pretty good projects. But every time he goes up against another rapper, how often do we really care? How often do we go back and say, no, Game really, yo,
That's
I
he
care.
really,
I care every time
he
Game has
really,
had a rap beef, a real rap beef, not the name dropping. Every real rap
The
beef Game
the
has ever
shady
had, I
joint.
cared about.
Game,
He was
come
Really,
rapping
on.
that shady. He was spitting.
Game really gave
Joe
Jay-Z the
Budden.
business.
Everybody.
Game
Game.
really laid into Joe Budden. Like,
Yo,
he had,
Man, some niggas feel that way about
yo,
Drake though.
nah, that
That's the
shit made
only
my
thing a
stomach hurt.
Kendrick
I'm in
battle.
tears, bro.
Some niggas say
Yo,
Drake
Sid.
ain't worthy of a battle.
look, listen.
Yo, Sid, nah, that took me
All
out, bro.
right, Mace, your turn. I've heard enough.
Oh
Nah,
I've
shit.
heard
listen,
enough.
listen.
I let him cook for mad long.
Sid, I respect it. I respect it, Sid. You know what I mean? Complete mockery of
I
this
don't think
rap
Sin knows
stop
he's muted.
itself. But I respect it. Listen, I have three thoughts about this situation. I'll keep them concise because we all trying to get up out of here, right? First, I'll say this: Game is smart because he immediately cops it right after the bars that Jav mentioned. Doesn't he say, "I'm sitting in the stands, applauding someone I offended"? How can I beef with someone I gave my appendix? So he immediately kind of shifts to like, nah, I got love for him. One of them people that insult you and say, "Oh, I'm just playing, I'm just playing." Like he's very on the fence. So we know, like, okay, he know that this is more for clout than anything. You know what I mean? So I'll say that. Like that's a very interesting caveat. Two, I'm not mad at it because Kendrick and Game to me are bar for bar the two nicest on that coast right now. So it may, even if it is like a Jay-Z versus Styles P situation, as far as notoriety, they both are two elite MCs. And Sin, I'm sorry, but Game, win or lose, has always performed in every battle. I gotta give him that credit. Even if I think Kendrick is better, I can still say that Game has performed. He has. You know what I mean? He don't got how many? He only got one. He don't got one Grammy. Sin, you good, bro? 27 and none, bro. And number three,
Oh shit.
will Kendrick have something to say? Because we mentioned everybody. You say 50 battle game. Jay-Z's Dear Summer was about game, and even Eminem, who doesn't even leave his cave, he did have bars for game on a response. So other elite MCs have felt that game was worthy of at least a bar or two. So is Kendrick gonna come outside, or does he only battle niggas with ghostwriters? Sin, I'd like to know.
That's a good question.
All right, can I take myself off mute?
Yes, you can. By all means.
Um, I think Kendrick, if I honestly don't think he'll respond to the Game antics. I don't think if I'm Kendrick, I don't think Game is on my level. as an artist. So why even, why even bother?
But Drake is.
No, listen.
In terms,
Again,
yes.
They go Dini
me,
throwing
me,
Bill.
I'm
Hey,
just saying.
speak for himself.
me personally, right? And if I align with Kendrick, not to say Kendrick thinks like me or I think like him or whatever, but again, if I'm Kendrick, I'm looking at Game. I hear him constantly calling out rappers and throwing out just random battle bars. And when he actually engages in battles, I don't hear anything that is really substantive. I just don't. You know what I mean? Like he can have some punchlines, he can have some, quick jabs or whatever, but anything in terms of like anything that really sticks to your rib, any like, left hook, any uppercut that really like, lays out the opponent, I don't hear any of that. Every time and people are saying that like, this is a Kendrick thing. Even way before he started calling out Kendrick, when he was calling out Jay-Z, I didn't care for it. When he was calling out 50 Cent, like, bro, what are you doing? Like, why? Why is this the route you always want to take? Because it always feels cloudy. It doesn't feel like he actually wants to battle for supremacy or to actually, get any sort of grandstanding off of it. Like he just wants to battle for clout purposes. Win or lose, he feels like he's gonna win just by sparring with whoever it is. And that's the feeling I've always gotten from Gabe. You know what I mean? He's a name dropping king.
Okay.
And he doesn't drop any more names than when he wants to like quote unquote battle somebody.
All right. Dini, your thoughts?
Even if it was worth it, it's not worth it. This nigga been chasing this nigga around like Monique been chasing Professor Ogilvy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even feel like a real, like Sin described it really well. It don't feel like a real deal. Like, I really want to defeat you and claim the Compton title. It really feels like I just want to like cook you so I can just say I cooked you. In terms, I don't get nothing out the battle if I'm Kendrick. It's either I get in the ring with you, people gonna be like, why are you rapping against Game? Not to say Game ain't nice, but the levels are different. Now, we could say Drake isn't as talented as a rapper as Game, but the levels, you know what I'm saying? That's a comparative matchup. Two niggas on the highest tier that you could be on. Say what you want about Game. We always give him that nigga's nice butt. You know what I'm saying? There's always a pair of cheeks, a butt.
So it's only about clout, name? Is that it? That's it?
Yo, for if I'm gonna battle a nigga and I know I potentially could lose and get smoked, and it's a nigga I don't even really want to, like, I don't even have the urge. Another thing is, all right, I'm gonna give you another instance. You ever had a joint on your body and you didn't want to deal with her solely because if you accepted her, she just would never go away. You know what I'm talking about?
Misogynistic Dean on the comeback.
Like, you just know, like, if I start talking to her, bro, she never gonna go away, bro. She gonna try to be here for the rest of her life. That's that type of shit. Like, the minute he goes at him with the bars, Game is going into the studio, closing the windows, and just going. Like, he's got 500-600 bars. You know what I'm saying? He has too much time.
Just let me know when you finish so I could cook. Because y'all.
No, I'm just too much time dedicated to this nigga. He not paying you no mind. And it's not like he's running from you, because it's not like it wouldn't be a fair matchup. You know what I'm saying? We know how Kenny give it up now. We didn't know how Kenny gave it up before. We know how Kenny give it up now. And to say what Sin said, as much as we do give Game his props, we don't really have any notable scathing bars. Out of 500 bars in that shit, what is the bar that had you like, nah, this guy is the one?
Dean.
His music more translate with songs than it does with him. Think about it. What is the Game bar with him dissing somebody that... Bro, we can name 100 different niggas battle songs. We can name a bar. You can name 100 Drake bars. You can name 100 Kenny bars. We can name Nas, Jay-Z, Pusha T.
Yo, the way, look, the way.
Now you want to talk more about this shit, sis? God damn. You want to kick Game some more?
Sin fuck a Game too, which is hilarious to me.
I do. But like, as far as this is concerned, no, keep it.
Here's where I guess I'm confused, right? We love lyricism. We love competitive raps. We love harkening back to yesteryears with some of our favorites. We always talk about the Beanie Siegel and the Jada Kiss squabbles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We always lean into these moments and we enjoy them. Now in 2026, I gotta hear that it has to be some kind of clout involved in order for it to be like a viable competition. Game saying he the best in Compton. No, sin. Game is saying he's the best in Compton. Y'all saying he the best in Compton. Two guys who are really good with rapping. Can we not see them just bar it up? Not on some record sales things. Not on no whatever. And granted, Game used to upset me in the past. The Game would drop 400 bars and running, 300 bars and running, and then go to the next media event and say he won the battle. He wouldn't even let the person respond back. But when he was punching on G Unit, when he was punching on Joe Button, hell, when he was punching on Jay-Z, those are some solid bars. I'm not a Game fan. I've only recently come to y'all because y'all peer pressured me into respecting him as a rapper. I've always known Game was nice. But he's not my cup of tea. I've admitted that time and time again. But he was good enough to get Jay-Z to respond when Jay-Z was still at the peak of his powers. Quit playing them childish games with grown men.
Yeah.
I got apartments I could put your home in.
Oh man. Yeah.
So he's good enough. And if we're gonna keep talking about cloud and levels and all this and that, you know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here is my response to that. I got two high-level guys who want to squabble. Maybe one guy wants to squabble more than the other. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Amir KDX. I just told you I'm not a Game fan. You'll never hear me recite a Game verse, okay? I'm sorry. It's not my guy. But
sometimes it's not worth your time, bro.
Competitively, Game structures his bars well. He's very sharp with throwing darts. And if he wants to get in the ring with a guy that I think who lives for competition, I think we deserve to see it. I'd rather listen to Game and MF and Kendrick go at it for a couple of bars than listen to Rayvon yell at Joey Badass and then niggas on the West Coast and Moni ass get on the internet lying about Rayvon 1. I'd rather see two high-level nice dudes get in the ring and squabble for a bit. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying that he's worthy of the competition. I'm just saying as two talented lyricists, why wouldn't we want to see that? It's my point.
Because Game is going to give you a bunch of hot air and fluff. That's all he's going to give you. He's not going to give you anything substantive. Listen,
who is worthy to battle Kendrick? I like the
no. Let me go down the timeline.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a Kendrick fan. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm going to go down the timeline of the battles that I've witnessed
Jay-Z to come out
in my lifetime. Ice Cube and Common. Right. Common has some bars, you know. Obviously. So, huh?
Common whooped on Cube.
Yeah. For sure. What was next? Cannabis versus LL Cool J, right? Cannabis. We can recite bars right now.
Countless quotables, like I was saying though.
From Cannabis, exactly. Quotable. That's what I'm talking about.
Even Jav gave Hove quotables during the fucking conversation.
Jay-Z's my favorite rapper. I don't like the Game. Like that's you know what I mean?
What I'm saying is those are quotable bars. You know what I'm saying? Even when you mentioned Beanie Siegel, and the first thing that popped in my head, I'm taking my time, I'm taking his watch, I'm taking his time. Remember the bars, you know what I'm saying? Sun kissed like a soda. I'm just like, what is the Game bar that stands out to me? And I'm just
so if that's the route we're gonna take, was y'all even listening to them? This is with a fair ear back then? Or was y'all fronting on Game? Keep it a rap.
So Beanie was just
give him his
when has this ever been like? When is this ever been a caveat on? He don't have no bars. I remember, like,
I'm not using it as. I'm just talking about.
He wasn't listening.
If we're saying that he's this epic battle guy, and then we just mentioned 5 other rappers, and we quoted each
No.
and every one of these rappers.
Forget all that. The
Yeah.
issue is Game is a rapper who brought the West Coast back. Kendrick was the next rapper who came out. Game had a lot to do with Kendrick's career starting. There is history between them that dictate that a battle would be interesting. You talking about some other mess about remembering bars and all that. These are 2 MCs that we know can rap that have history.
2
Why wouldn't it be an interesting battle?
rappers. 2 rappers. This is Canelo versus Crawford. This is Spence Crawford. This is Floyd versus what's his name again? Hispanic homie. Puerto Rican homie from New York. Man, I forget his name right now. But it's like these
Macho
are guys
Camacho?
who, not Camacho.
That's too old for you.
Too old. Yeah, Macho Camacho was like early to mid
That's
'90s.
old school. Yeah.
Kodo. This is like Floyd versus
Kodo.
Kodo. You know what I'm saying? We getting guys who's wild nice. We know they skilled, and we curious about what it would look like. That's all I'm saying. I just want to hear some raps. I don't want no beef. I don't want nobody losing their lives. I don't want no controversy. I just want to hear some sparring.
And yes, Kendrick will win. I'm not gonna go that far. Yes, Kendrick will win.
But all right, man.
Yeah, he would. So
I'm just saying, like, D took my point, but to finish my point, like Tupac, Biggie, Cannabis, LL, Nas, Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, and Jada Kiss, up to Meek Mill, Drake, Kendrick, Drake. We all we heard the bars and was like, oh, like he got him on that. Like one way or the other. I have never in my life with any battle that Game supposedly thinks he's in, because the game to me has never been involved with any battle. Every single one of them has been one-sided because he just want to get somebody's fucking attention.
We have gotten to the bottom of it.
He's never respected clout chaser.
You've never respected any of his battles.
No, not at all.
They never been really righteous. His battles are never righteous, Jarv. The Nas holes are righteous
battles.
Yo, it ain't real. All right, I'll give you an example. A nigga wanted to do a fake ass versus. That's not a righteous battle, nigga.
I get what you saying.
That's not a righteous battle. That's what I'm talking about. If you really wanted to link with the team, you would have linked with the team.
So you were saying, wait, hold on. So when Drake dropped push-ups, you were saying that was a righteous battle?
The battle between the niggas was righteous. It's a real. These 2 niggas don't like each other.
Was going to
Niggas don't even like each other. It's a whole energy there.
There's real issues there.
Game will have dinner. Y'all will come to the fish spot. You and Game, and then after the fish spot, let's battle, bro. He one of them type of niggas.
You don't fuck with Game, man.
Come on, man.
You don't fuck with him, bro.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
We got the Canada dry bars.
I'm crying.
The only one that might have been righteous was
This is crazy.
Shit.
This is why they call Kendrick the most protected rapper. Y'all talk about quotable bars, righteous battles.
Give me one bar.
My ribs hurt,
you can put that on me. You can't put that on Dini. Dini's not protecting Kendrick. You can put that on me.
Everybody's up.
Yo,
he's telling you what it is.
Now listen, Dini's no PG legger, but he can't stand the game. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yo,
in terms of rapping,
righteous bars. How did we get here? Niggas drop push-ups, and that was sanctioned, but Game can't chase some clout with some bars.
A little too cloudy, man. It's cloudy with a chance of sunshine. It's too cloudy.
Gotta be real issues there, man.
It's gotta be. It's too fake. It's too fabricated.
What? Why gotta be a real issue? He say he the best. What more needs to be proven?
I just want to know who can pop out this Kendrick and deserve a response. Who?
Well, Drake at the time.
Cole, but he apologized.
Cole would have been a worthy opponent.
So 2 niggas who we know is not going to battle him no more.
So let me get this straight. He can say he the best. You got to come show me that I'm not the best. What more issue we need? Is it not hip-hop? One guy think he the best. The other guy think he the best. Let's squabble it out to see who the best.
We're not playing the same game, though. It's college versus NBA, damn man. You heard me? We just in a different world.
So now it's back to clout. Not
This-
lyrical
this-
ability,
this-
just
no,
clout.
this is why we need gatekeepers. You can't just have anybody come
That's
out
what
and
I'm
say
saying.
this. Come
Jay
on.
Sion, ultimately, this
So
is
load
your
of
fault
Lux, you just
for being a
Kenny,
clown
let's get
for
it
all
on.
these years.
And-
You see what happens, bro?
The example Mace was giving was like how many fucking years ago? This was in Game's prime. Like Game is so beyond his prime right now. Like, what is he doing? He just
So
wants
Game-
to regain
A long
some
time.
Now you
level
saying
of prime.
so game whack now?
I'm just saying he's beyond his prime, and he
Yo,
understands how nobody's paying no attention to him. Somebody else is getting the Compton crown now. Somebody else is getting the Compton crown. Listen.
Love y'all.
Game had the Compton crown for a minute. He had it, right? He had it. Yeah. He should be happy with the time that he had with the Compton crown.
He wants
now fame. Somebody else has the Compton crown.
He wants the fame. Why he can't have the fame? That's all I'm saying.
He can have the fame.
John just loves some smoke, man.
It's not even smoke. It's competition.
It's not gonna go his way.
With game it'll be smoke.
Let's put it on wax, gang. Let's put it on wax.
Deserving of it right now.
Hold on.
Let's be honest.
Let's put it on wax. We all know that Drake versus Kendrick was a mismatch. Now we got something that's a little equal to being a good battle, and y'all running from the battle as he's not worthy. Y'all sound scared. That's what I'm hearing.
Let me go.
That's what y'all want. Y'all want Kendrick to just throw random darts at everybody on Control, punch on Drake, which is an obvious mismatch. But when a guy come outside and say, I want that fade, now y'all running.
Mismatch. Y'all wasn't sure about who was going to win when the battle happened. Y'all wasn't sure. You was calling it for Drake. Get the fuck out of here, Job. That was a mismatch. That was a mismatch. 2 years ago. 3 years ago, you were saying Drake was going to win.
The events of the battle was a mismatch. Not the pre-battle. The actual battle was a mismatch. Thank you. And he dropped like 4, 5, 6 songs on a guy who obviously couldn't compete.
You got it.
We got here, y'all.
You couldn't compete.
The
now
tapes exist.
It couldn't compete. Yeah, I said before the battle, Drake would win. When the battle started, let me finish. When the battle started, it was an obvious mismatch. Obvious mismatch. Drake was a tomato can, in fact. So now you got a real competition, and you're acting like Floyd Mayweather fans. Finding reasons. Y'all scared? That's all it is. Y'all scared. Y'all scared of the Mystique getting knocked out. That's all it is.
Shit.
You got it, John.
Kung Fu Kenny.
Listen, man. Listen. Kendrick don't never have to battle for the rest of his life. I get it, man. I get it.
Yo, Sid crashed out.
Oh, shit.
I get it, man.
Man.
We gotta get him out of here, man.
Nice.
Oh, man, that was fun.
That was fun. I ain't gonna hold you up. That made up for everybody dipping after the pie. You heard?
Yeah.
Shout out to all y'all.
If y'all want bullshit, tune into Tight Nike Tech. Cause if you want that real shit, right here, you heard? Jermaine L. Johnson with the first super chat says, Kendrick just opened his mouth, aged beautifully. Ayo, but I understand.
JLJ.
Jeremy Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Duckworth. Yep. Trophies time 27. You already know.
Man. 27 is a
Jeremy
lot,
Cole saying, hate seeing one of my goats, Wayne, be a whiny loser. But you got to be good in order to get, keep making. I'm sorry, Macy. He make a lot of bullshit. But, Dre got 10 Grammys in 2 years. I could divide. Yeah, absolutely. Cam Sulan says K-Dot is like Michael Jordan. When he stepped on the court, the Avadoos went with no rings. I don't know. Go ahead, so you can have it. Go ahead.
Yeah, talk that shit. Talk that shit, Cam.
That's interesting.
You're not wrong.
Man.
Crazy. Eminem too. I guess Eminem was Larry Bird.
Yeah, man. That part right there. Derek Matthews. Love the fact that Kenny was an important piece to help Clips get their first trophy. Beautiful thing. I think they would have got it without Kendrick, but I hear what you're saying. That song's hard.
I'm gonna be honest. I wish Clips would have gotten it for something that didn't involve Kendrick.
Right. Fair play. Fair play.
Hell of a song, though.
Football Breakdown says enough of the Boogeyman label. K. Dot threw a stone and hit his hand after naming rappers after Control and proceeded to respond to nobody, including Joey. I mean, we passed that game. He got in the ring. He called out his two contemporaries, and one of them apologized. So whatever happened, Control don't even count no more, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Then he's still going. Then he subs Drake's for years and beats him when Drake is 3 albums past his prime, coming off a 1 KO to push, exposed for Ghost Riders.
Oh, hold up.
Go ahead, Sid.
Hold up. So Drake is 3 albums past his prime when they both came out around the same time. Like this is this is the same age range. This is the same time that they both came out. So how is Drake 3 albums past his prime, and Kendrick is suddenly KOing?
I mean, technically, Sin, you have
Kendrick
said the same thing that
bro.
Drake is years away from being good, but you know,
No, being good is one thing, but like to frame it as past his prime, that's there's an age connotation there. There's always an age connotation
that the new music is
when you talk about prime.
Football Breakdowns is very one-sided because Drake and Kendrick were dissing each other for a cool 10 years. Let's call it what it is now. Come on, guys. Next one says Joey then engages. This time, smoking his affiliates, still no responses. What type of boogeyman only appears from one man? Interesting to me, man. He called out J. Cole and Drake. Cole folded and Drake got beat up. You know, if anything, as much as I, said that Joey won last year, I think that the argument y'all making against Game fit Joey more than Game, quite frankly, because Joey jumped out the window calling out Kendrick left field. And I said in real time, he's not a pay-per-view fighter. He can't just get in the ring with Kendrick. He got to get some wins under his belt before he get in the ring with Kendrick.
You was driving in the wrong lane for them first two, but you kind of cooking with this one. Football Breakdown.
No. Hold on. What was it back in the day when motherfuckers was trying to diss Jay-Z, but he was like, nah, they too little. Like, I'm gonna send Bleak and the Young Gunners at him. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, it's same shit. Except Kendrick don't got no little homies, really.
You're right. Ill Magic says, I want the Clips to perform POV on stage. Just imagine Malice's verse in front of live in that moment. You right?
Insane.
Crazy.
So many options from a classic album. Andre Miller says, if the public is this easy to manipulate by the government now, then we're all food once AI get good. Exactly. Remember the movie The Running Man? I'm trying to show y'all. Angel Reese. You know what I mean?
Cooked.
Use your brain. KL 007 with a $20 hot says Jay wasn't a national known name until the Annie sample Summer 98, critically acclaimed 99. We have to protect him for what he represents. One way or another, a successful black man. They will always try to take him down. I mean,
exactly.
You don't want to hear that. No, TB, home team says, hey, my faves.
TB, what up?
The Grammys got it right this year. I truly enjoyed watching it. I wish GNX would have won album of the year. Sadly, weighing in his feelings again. I guess Dot doing what COVID did. They never get over it. Damn. Damn.
Get a shot.
Too Easy pulls up, says, that's on y'all for falling for Game, running the same play year over year over year. Even Glasses have said it. This is the Blueface clout maneuver. Yeah, I mean, if you put it that way,
yeah, man.
You put it that way.
Hey,
Kendrick fans don't want to see real competition. Is my point, but anyway, I'm joking. Gang got to get past Rayvon. Damn, that's disrespectful.
There's levels, man. There's levels, nigga. You gotta get
Rayvon is crazy. Rayvon is crazy. That's disrespectful.
Y'all wildin'. Y'all always go too far, bro. I swear. All right, TB spin it back. I think Fab might be a problem for Dot in a rap battle. Am I tripping?
I think so.
Early 2000s Fab, we can have a conversation. I don't know about Fab right now.
Today?
Not today.
That's a strange.
Different.
I ain't gonna lie, it's a strange comparison, TB. Yeah. That's a strange one.
Blue X 22329 says Lupe versus Kendrick. Thoughts that'd be a goodie.
That's the one.
That'd be a goodie. That's the next one. That might be the next one. But I think Lupe loses. Only because I just feel like Lupe nice, but I don't know if he competitive nice.
I think
if that makes sense.
Lupe would overthink it.
Like,
If that
like
happens,
He would overthink it.
Kendrick gonna rip his nerdiness apart, bro. You know what I mean?
if Lupe pops outside with a Kendrick diss, we're gonna start hearing about righteous bars again. Okay,
Right.
don't want those problems. All right.
Dini want Lupe to win though. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Lupe would get
They
entirely
different.
too esoteric.
Yeah,
Yes.
too much, man.
Gabriel Tucker, 8627, Atlanta native here. I really enjoy y'all content. You guys are an asset to the game. To the point about stream botting, what's real will last, what's fake won't. It goes for all coasts. Respect that, Gabriel. You know what I mean?
That's love.
And last super chat, but not least, TB off the top rope.
Hey,
Drake
girl.
fans are insufferable with the exception of Macito, the number one Drake fan in the world.
I appreciate
facts.
you.
Okay?
They're not easy to deal with.
This was a fun stream.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody who pulled up. Shout out to everybody who showed love. Shout out to the people who got banned for life tonight. Shout out to all who pulled up. You know what I mean?
Fuck out
Hope
here.
y'all enjoyed this. Shout out to all the tight Nike techs and the ones that actually fit. Shout out to everybody. I'm feeling generous tonight. You know what I mean?
Give conks.
The ones that actually fit.
You know what I mean? Rocking the Nike tech like they some skims.
Yeah, man.
Lying to the public, but I digress. Ill Magic says Lupe and Absol is more better in my opinion. And we got another super chat. Jay got off the top rope. JID Don Trip will be a good battle for the South. Yeah. I mean, we got options.
Yeah.
That would be fire.
You know what I mean? We heard Macito sneak this. Have a good one, y'all. Yeah, Macito, OVO Mace. It's still OVO.
What you mean? You know?
Anyway, real quick,
hands are clear.
Episode 142 drops this Wednesday. We're talking about J. Cole ahead of his release. We have some opinions on the double album and the purposes behind the double album. Great conversation. Make sure y'all pull up. And Michael Brown asked us earlier in the conversation, are we going to do anything for J. Cole? Yeah, we're going to react. When J. Cole drops that double album, live reaction Friday, we'll be on deck to talk about it. You already know how we do around these parts. Dini the Balance, take us home.
To each and every one of you amazing folks watching right now, to the best chat in the fucking Gamma Quadrant, hit the like button, swipe, hype, tell a friend. You know how the videos go, man. It's the Rap Roundtable. We love y'all. Shout out to Jarvie. Shout out to Sincere. Shout out to Macito. I'm Dini the Balance of the Force, so with our powers combined. You know where you at. The Rap Roundtable. You dig? Monday Night Raw. Stay tuned. We coming through Wednesday.